So hello there, I'm Mikey Burrows. Welcome to a Matchday Live Extra with a difference. As you can see, if you were watching on Thursday, no, I didn't shave my head and shave my beard off. I have caught COVID, which is why I was not there on Thursday, and I'm still in self-isolation. And it means that we've had to do all this very differently for you. So we apologise. I apologise profusely. I've already phoned Tomo multiple times to apologise for the situation that I've put us in. I missed my first league game since the end of 2014 on Thursday night. Absolutely gutted. Unfortunately, I am still testing positive, so I'm unable to get out of this isolation. So as you can see, Tomo is also at home because we kind of thought, well, we can't get a commentator to be there, and it was going to be all complicated. So we're trying to work out ways of being able to bring you as likely a commentary as we would normally do, but it is going to be very different. And again, I profusely apologise for that. Claire Hakeman is with us from home, as she was always going to be anyway. So we've got a little bit of a taste of what Claire usually has, i.e. it's warm, and we haven't had to drive a couple 100 miles, Tomo, which some benefit, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit. So, was it 10 hours of the day gone with the game? So, but look, so it's a bit different, as you said. It's a bit different.
Talk to me about Thursday night, because I watched it from home, but it's a very different experience from being there in the stadium. I'll come to you in a second, Claire. But Tomo, what did you make of it?
We struggled up in that top third of the pitch. It wasn't great going forward. We had opportunities, especially when they'd gone down to 10 men as well, to put a little bit more pressure on them to create any chances. Arsenal tried to ruin the game a little bit by time wasting. They was doing that with 40 minutes left on the clock even. But yeah, so there was no real threat from either end for Arsenal as well. Okay, they've got the goal from a set piece. But apart from that, neither team really threatened the goalkeeper as such. We started to have a lot more pressure when they went down to 10 men, as I've said. But unfortunately, we just couldn't get that breakthrough. And we've said before, that is one of the things that we found it difficult this year, is to score goals, and we needed one then.
Claire, it feels like, it felt like watching, I don't know how you felt about it, and we messaged a little bit about this the other day, that it's an age-old problem for Wolves. That it's nothing new. It's not new to Bruno. It's not necessarily new to Nuno, but it is that element of finding it hard to break teams down. And have you had a chance to try and figure out why?
Like you said, it's the same old issues, isn't it, really? Getting into good positions in the final third, passing accuracy wasn't bad. We had some good phases of play, but we just can't seem to be clinical when we're getting the ball into the box and actually looking like scoring. I think the stat was something like 38 crosses went into the box, but some of those crosses lacked quality. Some of them weren't dealt with well, and we didn't get on the end of any of them. And, it's disappointing, isn't it, not to work the keeper more than we did. I think, obviously, as the game pushed on, we did create a few more chances, and the crowd got behind us a little bit more. But I think it was disappointing. It should have been 0-0, really. I think it was poor defending for the goal that we conceded. I think Sarr could have done a little bit better, but in his defence as well, there was 3 opportunities to clear that ball before it actually went in. So it's a defensive responsibility on that, and another set-piece goal that we've conceded. So I think that there's no doubt that's what they'll be looking at, is can we be more clinical in the final third and convert some of these chances that come to us. There was a couple of decent opportunities, but there's just not masses of clear-cut chances. And you look at how many goals we've scored. You've got Hwang on 4. He hasn't played for like ages, and he's still our top goal scorer along with Jimenez in the Premier League. And you look at today, Son and Kane, I think have got 9 and 5 goals respectively. And, this is what you need to do. You need strikers that score goals and people that contribute.
Well, we'll talk a little bit about that and about some of the forwards and who needs to step up, and obviously some team news as well, which makes interesting reading and discussion. But let's have a look back at the best of Thursday night.
We played 24 and a half minutes. Arsenal's second corner of this game, an in-swinger coming up from the left in front of the south bank. Swung in now, Neves got a touch to it, but it went backwards, headed back towards goal. Lacazette has got there, and Arsenal have turned it in and have the lead. Gabriel running away in celebration. Wolves protesting. They think there was a foul in there. But Michael Oliver says goal for now. He's got another chance now, right-hand side Trincao, inside the penalty area, a couple of step-overs, then goes back on his right again, Trincao, high towards the far post, and there's no one in there coming in at all. Still with Wolves, Podence, nice back heel, Marçal on the left wing, he swings one in this time, headed in someone, no, just away from Saiz. Arsenal take it away, but Wolves piling on the pressure. But Podence has it back again, thanks to good work from Trincao, to the right-hand side now to Semedo. Nelson Semedo, edge of the box, onto his left foot, drives on towards goal, and it flashes just past the post. Chiquinho up against him. Martinelli goes down theatrically. Tries to take a throw, and he's pushed Podence off the ball. Chiquinho, meanwhile, over the halfway line. He's now pushed Chiquinho. That's two. That is two. He's going to get at least a yellow card here. This is embarrassing from Arsenal, and he's going to go here. 2 yellow cards means a red, and Arsenal are down to 10. Aït-Nouri whips it in towards Jimenez. Couldn't quite get the touch. It's in. It's 1-1, but the flag's up for offside. It's not going to count. Towards Chiquinho. Gabriel takes it down on the chest. The Brazilian cuts a lovely ball forward, and Lacazette is onside here for Arsenal, and Lacazette puts it past the post. What a chance. Neves, edge of the penalty area, teasing ball in, pushed away by Ramsdale, who's on the deck. Saiz fires it back in, and Ramsdale palms it away. Chiquinho down the right-hand side, looking to run at Tierney here. Chiquinho gets it onto his right, shimmies, back onto his right, back onto his left, onto his right. Chiquinho, he's done really well. Chiquinho cross, beaten away by Ramsdale, and Fabio Silva miscues. Jimenez back in there, still a chance off the line by Holding. Right-hand side, plays it into the box for Fabio Silva, back to Daniel Podence, back to Fabio Silva for Wolves across, he's got to go for goal!
So that was the best of Thursday night. This is the lineup that Bruno has selected to take on Tottenham today. You will see the name of number 39, Luke Cundle, in amongst it, starting for the first time. What an occasion that will be for him at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It means we're anticipating a change of formation back to 2 up top, though Cundle can operate as one of a front 3 as well, though he is more naturally a midfielder and will potentially break the lines a little bit more perhaps than some of the others, including Leander Dendoncker, who has been getting forward more regularly. Ryan Aït-Nouri is returning to the starting lineup as well. Marçal dropping back to be amongst the substitutes, and Francisco Trincao is the man dropping out too. Tomo, when you look at that lineup, what do you make of it? Because a lot of fans will look and kind of go, well, we need to score goals, and we've kind of thrown an extra midfielder in there. Is that understandable going away to Tottenham?
Yeah, of course it is. Look, one of their big threats is going to be coming through that central position, isn't it? And he's got to try and stop it in there. But as you mentioned there, Dendoncker and Lee Cundle can join in with that strike force as well. So we can get that extra man up there. But for me as well, you saw from the highlights about the crosses going in, about people being in the right positions and putting the ball into the right positions that we need to get opportunities and a little bit of care. So there was that many times the other night and the crosses were overhit. And hopefully we can get that extra midfield player, even though when we haven't got the ball, he's just going to sit in. But when we have got the ball, you would think that Dendoncker or Cundle is going to try and get into the penalty area as well to give us a little bit more in there. And look, it's a great opportunity for him. His debut at Tottenham as such, his first start. So it's going to be great for the young lad. So look, and again, it's something that he'll always remember. But it'd be even better if he could just get on that score sheet.
Claire, you've watched in the 23s a lot alongside me and from home. He's had a really good, I would suggest 12 months, 18 months, Luke Cundle for the 23s. He's been a step above, certainly this season, but it is a huge step to go in there from the start and produce on the grand stage that they're asking him to do today.
Yeah, totally. But what an opportunity. And I think it's something that we maybe need. And from everything I hear about Luke Cundle in terms of training, I think the players respect him. And he's utilised in training. He's been fantastic in the under-23s, and obviously he's a leader there. He captains the side when he drops down into the under-23s. He's intelligent. He looks after the ball really well, doesn't give it away, and I think he will try and break the lines a little bit, like you say, and operate in a little bit of the 10 role maybe when we're pushing forward, which is definitely what we need. We need somebody else breaking through into the box to try and make the most of these crosses that are coming into the box. So it's just a fantastic opportunity for him, and it's a brilliant use and a brilliant another way of showing how well the academy system is working at Wolves. And Jordao went out on loan, Gibbs White has stayed out on loan, Matinho's currently injured. So it's the doors opening for him to really grasp this opportunity. And I'm sure he'll take it.
The under-18s had a great win yesterday in the FA Youth Cup as well, if people hadn't seen that. So the future certainly is bright with a number of those players already playing for the under-23s. We'll take a look at one of our meetings with Spurs from earlier this season in a second. But Tomo, again, on that team news frame-up, Fabio Silva and Raul Jimenez was another debate I've seen online amongst Wolves supporters, whether Fabio was worth putting in, because it's been, Raul Jimenez, one penalty in his last 10. Is that a question mark that we're not talking about enough at the minute?
Yeah, so look. So I'm sure that he's not going to be happy with himself for not getting on the score sheet, Jimenez, with the way that things are. Look, it can't just be put onto him about scoring goals. But look, any striker is judged on goals, and he'll know that as good as anybody. But look, we need that service right to get there. Some of the balls the other night, so that was either too long, hit the first man. And that's where we've got to try and get that quality right. We've got to try and pick him out. For whatever reason it is, he's just not getting on the end of things. He's getting frustrated. He looks frustrated when he's playing as well. And Silva coming on as well. Had an opportunity. I thought that he should have shot when he's got on, where Podence just slipped him in. I thought he's got to shoot. But again, that's just showing you somebody in front of goal with no confidence, as it looks. Because if his player's on form or is confident about what he's doing, he's shooting straight away there, because before he's even touched it, great little ball from Podence, he's just got to hit it. And I think I shouted that on the comms the other night. Just hit it, just shoot. He's what, 4 or 5 yards out, and you never know what's going to happen. But you can definitely see that it's got to be the service as well, not just blaming the strikers, but the service has got to be better up to them.
Let's talk about Spurs then, and say we'll take a look at the meeting from earlier this season, because it feels an awful long time ago now. I mean, Spurs had a different manager and a very different lineup and style of play. This was the contentious issue in the game. I don't think Tomo is still over it just yet, but we gave him a real good game that day, Tomo, and there's no reason to suggest we can't give him another good one today.
Well, it was another one of those games earlier on in the season where we created a lot of opportunities. And again, you've just seen it here. We thought that this might have been a penalty for us as well, a little bit further on. But we said about Dele Alli leaving his leg in there, waiting for the contact to come. And we said about that. So, look, we were happy with the way that we played. Jimenez, again, on another day, he should be scoring that. But we did create a lot of great opportunities. We played really well, but we just couldn't score. And that's been our problem, not just for this year, but for a number of years now, where we've not been great in front of goal or getting a lot of goals. And this is something that we've got to try and rectify.
And Claire, I say we should be able to compete with Spurs again. There'll be a lot of supporters who are putting this game down as quite a pivotal game, actually, because we're right up there with them. And if we can go there, it feels a little bit like a couple of seasons ago, just before the pandemic took hold, when Raul Jimenez had an amazing game. We won the game, and it looked like we were right in the hunt for the European places. Can they do that again?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think the fact that we've obviously got, we win today, we go above them. I know they've got a game in hand and whatever, but they're off the back of 2 defeats as well to Chelsea and obviously Southampton. So they're under pressure. They're at home. I know their fans, not happy at all with if they're not winning at home against a team like us, they will expect to win. That's how it goes. But I think Jimenez is due one of those games, isn't he? And I think they all need to step up today, because the home game that we did have against them, in terms of chances, we actually looked like we could score that day. Didn't look like that against Arsenal in midweek, like you say. No massively clear-cut chances. So we've just got to do a bit better, like Tomo says. We've got to start being clinical in the final third and taking the opportunities that come along when they come along. You're not going to go to Spurs and have, 5 or 6 chances and have many more chances. So it's really important that we take our chances today if they come along.
Yeah, taking chances. It's the age-old thing, isn't it? Both of you know this only too well, that we can sit there and say, just take that chance, take that opportunity. That sometimes, Tomo, I wonder how much it is confidence-based. We've seen Raul Jimenez in the past go on these little runs, maybe, where once he finally gets one, he kind of kicks into gear. Daniel Pedence, we keep talking about. Francisco Trincao, we keep talking about. All of these guys, surely, because they are good players, it has to turn at some point for them.
Yeah, of course. And the hardest thing in football, and that's why they cost a lot of money, and that's why people are in demand, is that it's score goals. It's difficult to score goals. Say if it was that easy, we'd be scoring 5, 6 goals a game, but it's not. And confidence can play a big part of it. So, like, again, having that extra touch, having an extra few seconds touching the penalty area, not getting into positions, because we've said many times about people having a gamble, get it in there, try and have a go, try and read the thing rather than wait for it to happen, then go, which is too late. And again, so I don't know what the answer is at the moment with us, because again, we're not scoring loads of goals. Quality needs to be better up to the strikers. Crosses need to be better. I would love for our fullbacks to be in the box a lot more with the way that we play. Just being that extra person in there. And I think that the biggest thing for me is have a gamble, have a go. Why not? We're desperate to get goals. We're desperate to win games. We've done well defensively, but we've just got to convert those opportunities up the other end. And a little bit of care needs to be done as well with it.
Yeah, let's talk about predictions then, because we've only got a couple of minutes, because we need to get all our technology up and ready so we can actually bring you some kind of commentary on the game. What are we thinking then? Who's going to be key? And are either of you going to be brave enough to go for a score prediction? Tomo will, of course he will.
Oh, well, I'm going to go for my usual one, mate. 2-1. I think we'll just nick it. I think we'll score this week. We've got to score. 2 clean sheets.
You've got to go for goals, haven't you?
Oh, we have. I can't bet. I've told you, I can't bet against him. Jimenez to get one, and let's fingers crossed that Lee Kundle might get one on his full debut.
Luke Kundle on debut to score the winner at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
There we go. Made of dreams, isn't it?
I don't know what Tomo's been
that
doing
would be
for
a
Sunday
story.
brunch, but it shouldn't have been an alcoholic one. Goodness me.
Oh, well, I would
on,
love
Claire.
to see us back on the clean sheet thing, mate. I think, we've done really well defensively and keeping goals out, so it'd be great to get back on keeping a clean sheet, keeping solid, then getting a goal on the break, and I would go 1-0, and it would be brilliant to see Jimenez score in open play.
Yeah, let's hope so. We will be bringing you some kind of radio commentary at wolves.co.uk and Wolves TV. I am looking right now. I can see a fairly grim-looking Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So again, apologies that I am in self-isolation. I am missing Tomo. I was going to try and recreate the Tomo pillow
chocolate
that
bar,
I made
mate.
in the first lockdown.
Chocolate bar, mate.
Yeah.
That's what I get.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you've got enough food and people there to bring you food. Don't you worry. But hopefully by the next game, we will all be back together. But join us at wolves.co.uk and via the Wolves app. And of course, keep up to date with everything via the Wolves social media channels as well. Matchday Live Extra will be back in its proper format and a full 45 minutes next weekend. Let's look back on a famous victory at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to get us in the mood.
Again, Lo Celso for Aurier. Low ball in, all the way through. Ali's shot, first save, but turn home on the follow-up. Bergwijn is there. Goes left to Saiz. Down the line for Vinagre, infield to Jota. Flicks it down the line, and Vinagre is in behind Sanchez. Looking up, can he pick someone out in the penalty area? To the byline, fires it across goal. It's going to drop to Doherty, who had to score. Matt Doherty draws Wolves level. 26 and a half minutes played at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. There's Winks. Bergwijn, infield to Ali, middle of the half, onto Aurier, right hand side of the penalty area, cutting on his left foot, curling it. Oh, it's a great goal. It's a brilliant finish, and Spurs have their lead back. Wolves survived a big threat a moment ago, but they could not survive that. Traore trying to get away from Tanganga, onto Jimenez, edge of the box to Doherty, continuing his run. It's tapped home by Diogo Jota, and Wolves have got themselves level. What a swift counter-attack goal made by Adama Traore. Brilliant play. Doherty, who scored one, has turned provider. To the box, Moutinho down for Vinagre. Vinagre trying to clip it forwards to Jota. Oh, what a turn by Jota, leaving Lucas Moura for dead. Now driving deep into the Spurs half. If he looks up, he can try and feed it to the path of Jimenez. Jimenez into the area, back onto his left foot. Raúl Jimenez! Raúl Jimenez gives Wolves the lead. Oh my word, that is stunning. What a goal from Wolverhampton Wanderers. From the run from Jota, the feed to the Mexican sensation. It's not been his best game, but he cut onto his left foot and he finds the far corner.